Test 1 2 1 2. This is Juanqui.
And this is Hawk.
And this is the JnHPodcast.
I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a sticker. She picture perfect, so I told her I'm a flicker. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up.
Oh, change up or shake
I
up?
do not know the lyrics to our own intro.
It's only been, 2 years? Hello. How are you doing, my darling?
Oh, we're going to start off like that?
Yes.
It's actually, we're going to start off with,
Address the elephant in the room.
what's the elephant in the room?
Your vocals.
Oh,
because clearly
voice.
you can't hang and you can't do.
Listen, we're going to get into why my voice sounds like this in a minute. Okay, just let me know if I'm getting too raspy for the audience. Okay. All right. Well, everybody, I am the Incredible Hawk here.
And I am Juanqui.
Beautiful husband who just told you his name was Wonky. So cutting me off. We're off to a great start today.
It's okay. We roll with it.
We roll with the punches.
Yeah, how you feeling, baby? You've been sleeping all day.
I've been sleeping all day. I've been partying all night. I feel good. How do you feel?
Did you enjoy yourself?
I did enjoy myself. You know, the crazy thing is the weather changed really suddenly. And that was just a horrible transition, wasn't it?
What do you mean the weather changed? There's subtext underneath that because you said the weather changed horribly, and the weather changed suddenly, and it was a horrible transition. Think about the sentence. You know, I always tell my folks to listen to the subtext and the context of the scene. Because if you really think about it, the weather did change drastically. We had like virtually no spring, and jumped right into summer. I don't remember spring, but for maybe a week and a half of my
raining like crazy.
Not even that, just a week and a half of my allergies. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I don't think we had spring.
No, you know, they said that because of the way that the earth is warming up, that we're only gonna be experiencing summer and winter. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna have longer winters and longer summers, and it's
Well, coming from the tropical islands of the Caribbean, when I got back to New York, I was born in New York City, but and I lived in Puerto Rico. I lived in DR for a few years. Coming from the islands back to the States as what do they call those tweens?
Tweens.
Yeah. When you're in your 8 years old, 9 years.
Adolescence.
No, adolescence is high school.
Fucking no.
It's called tweens. Tweens. They call them tweens.
Tweens now. Well, that's what they call them now. Before they just called them.
Well,
children.
that's what I'm saying. Children. Okay, as a child. Good. Okay.
Those new bullshit.
I say all this to say I've always felt that I only had one season, which was hot. when you're used to 89 degrees the year round.
You get, but
I only knew it to be summer all day, every day.
Transitioning from that type of weather to New York City,
it was horrible.
When it's like freaking freezing.
It was effing horrible.
Yeah,
it felt like 1,000 industrial size refrigerators were on. When I got off at JFK, literally, it smelled like piss.
Oh, that's New York,
The air. I remember turning around to my cousins, the welcoming committee that welcomed me at the arrival halls in JFK for the TWA flight that we was on.
Like the Coming to America?
Just like that.
Yeah. Rose petals.
They were drumming and everything. The rose petals. Okay. I was like, where do I get on my donkey? And they put me in a yellow cab. And then I saw Jews.
Jews?
Yes. And I was like, what's going on with their hair?
Jews or juice?
Jews, the ones that don't believe in Christ.
Juice. Somebody say that was a...
No.
Okay, you're talking about the one with the two dreadlocks.
Yes. I'm like, they got curlies on the side of their heads.
Okay, no.
And because we went to the Hasidic neighborhood. But okay,
not stopping.
Sorry.
We're not getting off on this train.
You know how I do.
Next stop. Continue.
I remember just being like, don't you smell it? Don't you smell it? To my cousins. And they were like, what? And I was like, it smells like, and I didn't want to say it. And I was trying to be nice about it. And I was like, it smells like urine. And it's all up in my nose. And I just kept fidgeting with my nose because it just felt, New York City smelled like urine, and it was stuck right on my nose, and I was trying to rip the nose out of my face. And that smell stayed with me for at least the first 3 weeks of me being
And then
here.
you became nose blind.
And then I've never, ever,
You get used to
smelled
living
it
in
ever
shit.
again.
Yeah, New York is disgusting. It smells. It's full of rats.
It's just very, very unique.
Yeah, it smells like piss. That's unique.
But so I feel like we really, really have a spring. We've been very active and very busy as we always do. What do you think the summer's gonna look like? Since actually the summer's like the unofficial start of summer is supposed to be Memorial Day weekend?
Yeah.
And that's coming up shortly.
Yes. So it's still technically spring, summer.
Yeah, but we haven't had spring.
Yeah, I just call it spring, summer.
There you go, spring, summer. So what are some of the things that you're looking forward to for the summer?
Well, I would like this springtime. I've been super, super busy. Like I've been touching up on my editing skills.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I've been taking classes on video and audio editing. I updated the JnH website.
Yes.
And
It looks great.
like
Might I add? Thank you. You have really taken the reins and did it your own thing, and I'm really proud and happy that you've been able to like take the courses, and you got some more that are coming up, and you're really talented and skillful, and I will be employing your skills in some of my future projects. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Next. So
Pro bono.
Oh no, I charge. I'm very expensive.
Oh, I'm sure.
So you'll pay one way or another.
Oh God.
No.
Help.
So no, it was doing that. That was and then taking care of the business. Tax season. Every quarter you have to pay taxes. So I've been trying to do my own accounting. So I'm learning how that is supposed to go too. So I've just been really busy. So now that everything is kind of smoothing out, I look forward to just relaxing for the summer.
Now, having mentioned now that you mentioned the business, without going into too much, because it is the internet, but how do you feel with all these new things that are coming across your desk in terms of the business? Like you just mentioned, the taxes and just setting up different structures and systems and like developing all of that. How do you feel about all that? Aside from the fact that you're running the business, and then you have to also run the logistical portions of the business.
Everything 360 degrees, and it's it was a little overwhelming at
really
first, trying to get everything
because you made it look
together.
very easy.
Oh, thank you. But no, I just had to develop a system of like keeping, like especially the finances. Like you have to keep receipts for everything, and then the receipts, the ink started rubbing off, and I'm like, oh no, you gonna get this.
And let me say this: did I not say to you, take care of the paperwork as it comes in?
No, you did, but it's a lot when you.
I know, I
you know
understand.
what I'm saying?
I understand. But now you see the value in taking care of the paperwork as it comes
instantly.
in.
Instantly. Shout out to scanning. Oh my God. But the business is nice. It feels good to be your own boss. I don't clock in. I don't have to answer to nobody.
Excuse me?
And I barely work. Like I work, but
excuse
I don't
me,
really
I
have to
own
work.
51% of this lousy company.
Lousy.
You will be answering
Lousy.
to somebody. No, I say, you often hear me say that quote. That's from a movie, Mommy Dearest, when she goes in there. She's having a meeting with the Pepsi people because I think she was like sitting on the board. I sit on the board of this lousy company. So she says to the board of directors. No, I love the fact that you've been able to check a box in your never-ending list of to-dos and goals and accomplishments and milestones. So I'm very happy and proud. I see you stressed.
Look what you be doing.
I see you. So we're talking about you now, Hulk. We're not focusing on Juanqui at this point. Okay. I have decided to dim my light to make yours shine a little brighter right now.
So all the work you've been doing.
All the work that I've been doing
For this project.
Oh God. Listen, it is what it is. We have hit a milestone, and what I'm learning about this project. I've had to take a couple of weeks off to just focus on a specific special assignment, and I'm realizing that it's really about, especially when you're your own boss. I'm kind of like my own manager in this project, and I kind of set my boundaries and set my perimeters and my milestones. I've always been somebody who has try to accomplish very quickly. For some reason, I've always felt like I've always been heading towards on a race, heading towards a goal. And once I get the goal, I don't sometimes even enjoy it, and then just keep going for the next goal.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong; it has created a resume that is
ridiculous.
Let me tell you something, and I'm still very young, but if I was to go tomorrow, you know, I feel complete when it comes down to like, I came here, I did. I came, I did, you know.
Conquered and...
Yeah, I've lived, I've experienced everything, I've done it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you know what it is that you don't have a slower speed. Like, you just always head first into the next. So I keep telling Wonky that he needs to learn how to just sit back and take a deep breath and enjoy his accomplishments, but he's always on a chase for more, and
but you know
which
what?
is a good thing, which is why I actually love you too. Like that's a good attribute.
Thank you. No, I hear what you say. I hear what you're saying, and as I get older, I feel it. I start to feel it now. I feel tired. I do feel tired, and you know, in the gay community, we use the word tired to read each other. Oh, you tired old queen, or you tired this, you tired that. But when it comes down to the type of tired that I'm talking about, it's the tired of, I've been working since I was 12 years old. And yes, you can work as early as 12 years old. There's a limit that they cap you on and the whole nine, but and you know, I want to take a step back and really just take my time with things now and really just enjoy. I don't have to get degrees. I already did that. I don't have to finish. I already did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to secure income. I've secured a strong income, different sources, various sources. I want to be able to just like chill back and relax. And like with this project, I realized that, you know, it's not about completing and delivering something that would have taken you 90 days to do it in 30 days. It's about, you know, you have 90 days. Every 30 days, you'll have your milestones. And then once you get to day 90, you'll see where you're at. If you have to recalibrate, reschedule, reevaluate, reshape. I'm the one managing this thing. Like, I'm not answering to anybody.
Exactly.
You know, and it took me a while to realize that.
It does, and it's crazy that, because I guess we're trained to be employees since we were younger, and now that we're bosses, it's kind of like, oh, that's right, I don't have to answer to nobody.
Right.
So yeah, it's crazy, but it's a good feeling though.
It is a good feeling. It is a good feeling, but it does take some time to make the shift in your brain of like, I don't have to clock in, I don't have to answer, I mean, don't get me wrong, everybody has to answer to somebody. Like I said, I own 51% of this lousy company.
I don't answer
and Hulk reports and answers to me every night. Every night when I say, get in that bed and get in your position. You know, assume this position. I'm about to destroy you.
Okay.
But
that sounds painfully
I'm about to perform the art on you.
Make me weak in my knee. And
but I will say this, and you guys are gonna hear us. I made a fabulous lemonade from scratch for my to my husband, because I hear the throat, and plus we are also slightly hungover.
Yes.
Because part of being very successful and being able to just run, and, you know, hitting milestones is once in a while you say, let's take a detour and go down to the hood. And what allows us to be, you know, by being our own bosses and really working since the age of 12 and do what we gotta do, we can give each other and ourselves VIP experiences.
VIP.
Hulk, tell the people why you sound like this.
Okay, so I sound like this because last night we went out and we went to see a show, and it was a crazy show. And it was packed with artists that we all grew up on. Most of the listeners here, you guys know everybody on this list. And it was so crazy because it was a last minute thing.
She used to be scared with the D. Now she throw lips to the shit. Handle it like a real bitch. When I saw Lil Kim.
Yo, she killed that shit.
First of all, I thought I was going to be looking at Catwoman with a big old band around her waist and then exploding hips.
With the hips with
she did not look like that. I don't know what they're doing to these pictures, because she has gone on records saying that they've altered some of her looks on purpose to make her look crazy.
And
she did not look crazy. She did not look overweight. She did not. So tell the people where we went.
So we went to what was it called? The Pass the
Mic
tour or
concert. It was just like a concert, a last minute thing they threw together. I think
so too. But yeah, so we went in. We had VIP access. So basically, we walked past everybody. Thank God, because that line was ridiculous. So
our setup was in a box. We were one of the luxury boxes.
We had a luxury box suite where they cater to food and stuff like that. We had a great view. We had it was just good because we were kind of like in our own world, but we were able to watch the entire show. Yeah. So Lil Kim came out first. Well, first of all, let's talk about
Miss Girl.
Listen,
DJ Cassidy, girl.
That is
with your hot pink.
It was a silk pink suit.
I'll give them this though.
Silk.
Let me tell you, whoever did the it's not the direction. Oh my God, the word escapes my mind. But design, the look of the show, they have some of the best people on there because I don't know if you noticed, his hot pink suit was tied into the lights that they were throwing on the stage.
I did notice
they coordinated everything very well.
He did, and then what about the outfit change?
There was an outfit change.
He was gay. I was like,
he had a pink suit,
hot pink suit.
I knew he was gay at that moment.
With the hat.
And then his mixes were a lot of. He had hip hop in there, but he had a lot of like disco. He had a lot of that. Like he had a lot of like.
She's homeless.
His set was very like KTU, like very like
poppy
club, like
pop.
Yeah.
So that and then he had the outfit change. I was like, who do you think he Beyonce?
And then Robin Thicke serenading him.
That was So Robin Thicke was also a part of this, and it's so funny because Wonky was like, who the fuck is Robin Thicke? And I had to remind him of his songs. And he was like, oh, okay. So Robin Thicke comes out. His microphone is messed up.
But Robin Thicke was, out of the whole lineup, the only one that was matching the host.
He was
completely
matching DJ
his
Cassidy.
Boyfriend.
And then at one part, he turned around and was
serenaded
singing to
him.
this nigga.
Yup.
I was like, yo, okay, so maybe that's his boo. We literally Googled, is DJ Cassidy gay?
And the first thing that popped up, it said, although it's never been confirmed, it's assumed.
It's assumed. Never had a girlfriend.
He never had a kid. None of that. And he's never he's never been seen publicly with a woman in a in a club, coming out of a club or in a corner making out with somebody or holding a girl. So none of that. So it says that it hasn't been. More power to him.
Oh yeah, I don't really care.
I think I find it funny and interesting, and it's just like shows the times that we're living in, because I don't know that back when these artists were hot and popping,
if they would have
signed up to take the money of a gay host who's putting this lineup together on the whole night with hot pink on and be up there no matter how much money that.
He was the only person that ever that rock pink in the rap, like in hip hop, was Cameron when he had the pink Range Rover and he had the pink fur coat. Like I've never seen no other.
But I will even say for them to even be working underneath him.
Yeah.
As the signing up the artists on the whole nine, because clearly you could tell, and there's a production company on the whole nine. You could tell that it's put together by him. It's his bill.
Yeah.
So these artists are kind of like reported to him. Yeah, he's like the head person, right?
He's the maestro.
He's the one getting the money for all these people.
But Robin Thicke. But let me tell you something.
Yeah, let's go back.
Let's start at the beginning.
Let's go back.
So we sitting in the chair. He does the mix, and then he does the la da dee la da da. Wonky starts doing the little hand shit in the stands and everything like that, getting live. Because we were drinking. They had the drinks. They were named after like songs that were gonna be played. So it was the Miss Independent.
That was Miss Independent. But that's my only complaint. And this is why I see when we do things. When I say, okay, Hulk, let's do this, let's do that. I like to create a vibe. When Hulk and I go on a date, I like to create or travel. That I always believe. Call me whatever, but after a year of working real hard, and this is our summer vacation, we will be popping a motherfucking bottle of champagne, Moet, Veuve Clicquot, whatever it is, at 4 o'clock in the morning. Last time we left for DR, it was like we always try to fly on the first flight.
Yeah.
And so we were like, I was there making mimosas and bellinis at like 3:45 in the morning.
It ripped her.
I believe it's like before we go and be in the world with all these people, let's spend some time with each other.
Yeah.
Let's connect.
Let's feel
let's
good,
just let's get the vibe. So, thankfully enough, as always, we popped a bottle of Moet as we were getting ready in the afternoon. And so that already, had us feeling nice.
Yeah.
We get to the bar and we're disappointed by the lineup of the bar. But that's not the concert. That's the venue.
They can't.
That's the venue.
The dude at the bar couldn't make any damn drinks. We were asking for drink after drink. He was like, no. So then I go to something simple, Long Island iced tea, and he was like, oh, I don't think so. Let me go ask the other bartender.
Here's my question.
Then you asked for what?
The first thing I asked for, call me whatever. I asked for champagne.
They didn't have
We
that.
are at the VIP section where the boxes are, what they call suites and box seating, right? This is people buy these suites for $30,000 for the year. Like this is like
expensive,
right? It's
seats.
expensive. It's also separated from general admission. So the bar that's connected to it is supposed to have your top shelf, like because if you're in the suite, you can pop bottles in the suite.
Yep.
And they cater it to the suite and the whole night. So I'm expecting your bar to be put together.
He didn't even know what top shelf
was. I said to him, well, can I get a mojito? Which I can understand because mojito needs sugar cane and mint flat, like the actual leaves. I can understand that. But baby, I've had mojito in New York City clubs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
in a club setting.
I said Long Island iced tea because it's simple.
And I said top shelf, and he was like, no, we can't do. You can't do a Long Island iced tea. I'm hoping that it wasn't the venue thinking, oh, it's a hip hop concert.
So let's just give them
vodka and cranberry.
Yeah, that's it.
Grey Goose.
Because it was three. They only had three options. Other than that, you were either gonna take shots of Hennessy or something like that. But it was like the Miss Independent. They had the something for a shot, whatever.
Yeah, so yeah.
Like it was just three damn drinks on the special menu, and that was crazy. So we get our drinks, we go upstairs, we chill in the suite. They playing some music, and then Lil Kim comes out, and Lil Kim killed that shit.
Oh, strong
let
opening.
me tell you, that opening was the best opening I've ever seen.
That's a strong ass opening.
Strong. And she looked good.
She did.
Her body looked good.
She was live the whole time.
Exactly.
I can't say the same for some other females that were on the bill.
Oh, we're gonna get
to Ashanti.
Ashanti. Listen, but Lil Kim did her little famous, airplane.
Oh, she did the airplane
shit. We were going crazy.
Yep.
She played basically a bunch of her hits, and then of course when
she brought on the crew too.
Oh, she brought out the Locks. It was but Jadakiss wasn't there. It was just Styles P and Chic. She brought out Lil Cease. They did some all about the Benjamins.
Of course. Oh my God. It was hit after hit after hit after hit.
Fuck you.
She performed for like a solid 15 minutes straight.
Yeah, she did that, and when she left, she messed it up for everybody. After
when the energy dropped. After she left, the energy dropped.
We were lit, everybody. That's how I literally lost my voice to Lil Kim set. It was at the beginning of the damn show. I lost my voice, and then I had to sit myself down and be humbled because I couldn't. But I was still trying to, do my thing. And then who came out after Lil Kim?
I don't remember.
So Lil Kim performance, you think it was the best one?
Of course. I think, listen, Lil Kim's performance and them was worth the price of the ticket.
I agree.
For everybody.
I agree.
I was really impressed. This is our first concert together.
Yes.
This is our first concert together.
And now we're addicted.
We've had a different, a similar, no, I don't want to say a similar experience, but we've had what in the Broadway community we consider to be a concert masqueraded as a Broadway musical in & Juliet. And that we'll talk about & Juliet at a different time. But in short, it's just a bunch of, how would you describe & Juliet as a non-theater geek?
& Juliet was kind of like, it was like a concert that just had, it was like a play, but a concert. I don't even know how to put it into words that it's just a bunch of people talking.
They took hits. They took hits from the same time of the people that we just watched, from that same era. They took songs from that same era. Backstreet songs, NSYNC, I think, Britney Spears.
What's that fetch? Kelly Clarkson. So Taylor Swift.
But they even threw in Celine Dion in there.
Yeah, it was nice actually.
And then they made it into a musical, and it's telling the story, what if Juliet did not kill herself?
Romeo was my favorite character. He was so stupid. I advise everyone to go watch & Juliet. If you've never been on Broadway and you want to be introduced to Broadway, I would say start with & Juliet. officially yet.
And it's going to launch into a national North American tour next year, so you can catch it at your local venues.
I loved it. But
now coming back to the hood.
I think that like I said, Lil Kim definitely had the best performance. It was good seeing all of them because that's the first time I ever seen, like, these are like some of my favorite artists. So, you know,
this is the first time you see them on a stage
ever. I've never been to a concert ever. So that was dope for me. And then who came out after her? It was
I don't remember.
I
think it's 112.
Okay, so 112. First of all, 112 came out and it was only 11.
I know. I was like, first of all, let's talk about the fact that it wasn't until. Let's talk about the fact that it wasn't until today when you made the clarification to me that 112 was not next.
Yeah, he thought.
Because I was like, where's the guy?
I was like, that's not next. He was like, oh, they didn't even play their song. I'm like, babe, that's not them. 112 is obviously Slim and them and with Biggie and Mace and everything. So, but it was.
Mace came out.
Yeah, Mace came out with 112 because they had that song Love Me, and then Mace did a set. But 112, it was disappointing. The songs were good, but it's crazy because I was like, they can't. Well, first of all, they can't sing like at all.
And the thing is that let me tell you something. It's a very much tough act to follow.
Very much.
It's a hard act to follow after Lil Kim. And the funny thing is that I would think that Lil Kim was gonna be like in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
Lil Kim opened up for everybody.
She opened up, got her money, and left.
Yeah. Speaking of getting her money, because you know I like to get into the production aspects of everything. And I remember asking my husband, I was like, "You think she's still backstage? You think she's still gonna come out?" And you thought she was gonna come back out.
Well, I didn't know.
With somebody else.
She was gonna come back out because Fabulous was there too, and she has a song with Fabulous called "Spicy." It was like one of her new songs, but you know she just did the originals, the ones that everybody know. But
so my question is, after she performed, she got in her white Range Rover and drove the fuck off?
Yeah, back to North Jersey, where they all live. They're all neighbors.
I do think she got paid before the venue or after the venue, or the check clear on Thursday night before the.
I've heard so many mixed stories that they get paid the night of. Like I'm telling you, like
that they get paid the night of, like in cash or in a check.
It could be either.
Cash.
Well,
I feel like it's
because
cash.
Because you know what's crazy? I think maybe this may be different because it was a DJ Cassidy thing. So
and
he may
probably
have
a production
paid them before,
company,
and then he's gonna get
a
his
retainer
money back
and then something on the
back end. It depends because you can get paid up front or on the back,
right? Yeah.
With the ticket sales, or you know you just charge a fee and then Cassidy would get whatever's from the door.
I would think it's probably like a deposit. You know, like half to book you and half the day off
after you perform. Yeah. Because rappers are known to just not show up.
That's what I'm saying. Like they wouldn't pay the whole thing and then not show up and then have to fight them to get the money back.
Yeah, I think it would be your way. I think they did the deposit and then you get the rest on the back end.
Now, how much money do you think they were getting paid for that? Do you think everybody was getting paid the same?
I would say like no.
Absolutely. You think Ashanti got a good deal?
No. Because first of all, hold on, let's go back to 112.
Okay.
They couldn't sing, they couldn't hit high notes. They and I was disappointed in their performance. Mm-hmm. I like the songs because I grew up on the songs, and the songs. They
did spend some time with wardrobe, and they had the little outfits put together.
Yeah.
Because there's some other people we're gonna discuss that were not that much. They look very pedestrian.
That's the only people that I didn't get a video of when they were performing.
I have video of them. I have video of 112.
I have Lil Kim.
I have video of 112, but like you said, it's been, you know, I was never really a 112 fan. Like I said, I thought it was gonna be next.
That's fucked up. Like I would be like,
on that note, next. After Mace came out.
Mace came out with 112. Then Mace did hit some of his hits, you know, and then he ended with
Mace has been so quiet, and so I know he got religious for a minute.
He came back again, and he left again, and he came back again.
He's just trying to pay bills.
He's doing a podcast with Cameron now because him and Cameron always had beef and everything. Diss songs going back and forth, but now they sit on a podcast together. They have a podcast and they discuss ESPN like sports and stuff like that. And I actually like it better than other sports podcasts because they talk like us and they're like, "Yo, get the fuck out of here!" Like, "Oh, you's a bum!" Like, you know, they just talk regular, so it's not polished. It's just real funny. So I do like the podcast. Mace did a good set. And it was pretty dope because he let a lot of Biggie lyrics play too. So the crowd went crazy for Biggie because Biggie is that guy. After that, his performance was okay.
How much you think Mace got paid for that?
I think that Mace probably got paid $25,000.
It must be something for you to be at a level in your career. And this is not, I'm not trying to be shady or anything. I'm just having a conversation. But it must be, and I guess it happens to everybody. As my mind is running 1,000 miles. But it must be a feeling as a performer to know that for what he just did, he could have easily gotten $200,000 during his time.
Yeah.
To now
only getting like 25, 50.
Doing 25, 50. Very light crew, have to take care of your own stuff, get there, all of that you're handling yourself out of that $25K.
Well, what we should do? We should wait to the end and then figure out after we discuss the whole
what
lineup
people
to
got
see
paid.
what
Okay.
they got. Cause
sure, baby.
it may be a little different. Because I know after Mace, then we had the special guest. We had MOP. A lot of people don't know who MOP is.
Yeah, I was not.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
So, I'm not a fan of MOP like that. But it was cool to see them because I knew that song. And that's the only song they did and they left. So I was like, yeah. Because don't nobody else know any of that other shit they about to start rapping. So MOP came out. There's some old, I don't even know who the old mother effers were.
I didn't
It was like this old, everybody knew the song, and I'm sitting there like, but thank God I'm not that old.
But it's a big range though. It was a big range because you saw that crowd.
Listen, we're gonna get to the crowd.
The fishnet stockings.
We were standing in the VIP line.
Oh my God!
And the chick in front of us was how would I say this? She was a
large woman.
A large
who
woman.
should be ashamed of her damn self coming out here like that. What's today? Her night out. She left the grandkids with the other nana because that was a granny.
Oh, that was somebody's grandmother.
She had folds of skin dripping through her legs, and she had the audacity. To
have those hooker boots
and fishnet stockings with some Daisy Dukes.
Her ass was just
I'm
above
like, is she
the bottom.
here for the right concert? How is this hip hop?
Everything, and I was like, and she was looking. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not mad at it. I was like, let's go, grandma. Like she out here, like, I bet y'all look good.
Her sewing was in real tight,
she
real
had her
big.
Hair laid. I think she was. And then you had the other people. Look, listen, it was this black, fat, crazy looking ghetto. She looked like a disco ball, a fat ass disco ball. And she's younger. She's like, she had to be like her 40s or something. So she's younger than like the other lady we're talking about. But she looked hideous.
Yeah.
Remember in the stairwell?
Yeah.
When she walked past?
Yeah, I remember.
It was like, oh, she must work here.
Yeah.
And this is her night off. She looked ridiculous.
No, she did work because when the guy got in the elevator, he said to her, "Oh, I knew you was gonna be here." She was like, and he was like, when I'm doing this, I control the elevator. I'm doing the buttons.
Yeah.
Because she worked there. How do you work there? I don't care what event it is, and then you change out to look so ratchet.
She looked like a streetwalker.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen a prostitute, I remember the first time I seen a prostitute, I drove by, I was like, was that a prostitute? I was taken back. She looked like a prostitute, fat, nasty prostitute. But that was funny. A lot of people, and then I seen the one chick. They were getting patted down, and because I'm so tall, I could see everything. So she was like, "Oh, they're gonna search my purse," and then she took out these shotties and she started stuffing it in her
titties,
and in her panties. Like she started, I was like, "Yo, this is real ghetto." I was like, "Okay," because remember you were asking me like, "What kind of crowd is this?" I was like, "It has to be people our age, so it's not gonna be rowdy," but it turned out to be people our age, people that were like 10, 15 years older than us. So there was a white people. I didn't expect that. It was a lot of white people.
Yeah, it was a lot of white people. But you know what? That's an example. Those white folks have paid for the box, the luxury suite, for the year.
Yeah, it looked like
and
they
so
were there with a
when
group.
they do that, you're able to go to any event at any time.
So they probably paid for the hockey.
Yeah. They get the membership for the year, and then and those memberships range from $15,000 to up to like $30,000 a year.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't need a membership. I don't need to go to games that bad.
Sometimes what people do is they'll, like, if you have a group of friends, they'll just all pay into it.
I'll pay $1,000.
So like so like 15,000 is not too.
Yeah, because
if you get
like
15
a 16
friends.
people maximum.
Yeah. So that's not
not
too
bad when you think about it.
Yeah.
We should do that.
We could talk about it. Let me tell you something. I'm in a stage of my life where I just want to spend time with my husband.
Oh.
I just want to have these experiences with my husband.
Yeah,
record some movies, send it to our parents, and that's as far as I want to like share the shit or be with. Like we were discussing during the while we were waiting for the lights to go down and stuff like that. We were discussing I've always been big on putting groups together for trips, international trips, or like things like that. And the thought came across my mind, and we discussed it, or maybe we should put a group trip coming up soon to one of the islands, not necessarily DR, but maybe Aruba or something. And we were talking about maybe people to invite and stuff like that. But I woke up today and I was like, hell fucking no.
Oh,
I don't
you changed your mind?
Of course I changed my mind. I was like, that was a damn Moet bottle. And then 3 Miss Independence I had.
Yeah.
Talk about, I ain't bringing no motherfucking body. No.
Okay.
Did you not know?
Okay. Got it.
No. I don't want to go nowhere but with my husband, and that's it.
Let's do it.
The only people I want around me is staff that's getting paid to make sure that we get serviced.
You sound horrible. Fuck them.
Okay.
Fuck them. That's it.
I don't, and I kind of always been like that actually, where I'm like, even in the group trips and stuff that I've planned or that I've been part of, I get there a day before or a day after, and I leave before that. I travel on a different plane. I don't like to. I don't know. People get weird.
No,
people get different.
I'm the same way.
People travel. People leave their home base and then they don't know how to act. You don't know what they got in their pockets or their bags. You don't know who's transporting.
Especially
and the
Latin
chick transporting in her child. I'm not dealing with that. I'm not.
Yeah, no, I agree. Especially international.
Oh, hell no.
Like, we're with them. We're a group.
No. I'm with my husband.
I don't do the TSA.
I remember I was walking through Bahamas one time. I was part of another group. And the TSA people were like, the immigration people were like, so I was online, and they're like, "Who are you traveling with?" I said, "No, I'm traveling by myself. I'm meeting them at the hotel, but I'm traveling. This is me." Okay, I don't know who those people are.
Is this Wonky?
Yeah,
Like who are you traveling with? Wonky and Wonky.
That's right.
That's it. Me, myself,
and then they showed me a picture of my bag, which I've never seen that done ever, and I'm a very well traveled. She swirled the monitor around, and they had a picture of my luggage on a conveyor belt. And she said, "Is this your bag?" And I leaned forward and I said, "Well, it appears to be my bag because this is a picture, so it's not in front of me. But from the looks of this picture, it appears that this is my bag."
That's that Fed training.
Yeah,
right
you know what I'm saying?
That's that Fed training.
That's
like,
right.
Absolutely not. It could be. It looks like it possibly
exactly.
could be. I will never say yes because you're gonna be like,
I don't see the tag. Exactly. I don't see the tag and stuff like that.
No, let me see if this key work, if this password work.
Right.
But
going back to the stage.
Going back to the
stage. So
stage.
just to clarify that, all that planning that we did last night and out the motherfucking window. No. Right. We will be going on our summer vacation. And it will be just you, me, and everybody around me will be the butler, the service staff who's getting their tips and their salary to service us.
That sounds real horrible when it comes out to service us.
Service staff.
No, but it's to service us.
Yes.
Gay people saying service us is kind of like.
But we got straights that listen to our podcast.
We do actually. We actually probably have more.
I will say our majority of listeners are straights.
Oh my God, that's right.
Shout out to the straights.
Shout out to the straights. What they call straight people,
different?
No, they call gay people different.
I know.
They call breeders.
Ew.
Because they can have babies.
Oh, breeders.
They call them breeders.
Okay.
Like whatever. We all over the place right now.
Yeah.
All right, but so listen to this.
Let's get back to the bill.
All right,
we are at Mace.
Mace. All right, so Mace MOP came out. Don't really deal with that.
Right.
Old people that we don't know.
I
have a video of the older people. Like if you guys know who this group is, I'm gonna post it on the YouTube page. I want someone to tell me who are these old ass people because I don't know them. So, and you might you'll hear a little bit of the song too on the clip, and I want people to tell me who this person is or who this group is.
And then this is a good moment and a good beat to mention to our listeners that we are also on YouTube now. Yes. Our podcasts are officially on a brand new podcast page.
Yes.
Could you direct us to the page,
it's
baby?
youtube.com/@JnHPodcast. That's youtube.com/@JnHPodcast. at JnHPodcast.
Yeah, you can actually, or you could just YouTube JNH, like hashtag JNH, and you will see the page pop up. This is where you're going to be getting our podcast. And some behind the scenes things, and so we got a couple of surprises
all of
there.
That, everything.
Yeah. So show us love there. Subscribe. Make sure that you hit that bell so that you get notified when the podcasts go up.
Yeah. Also, if you guys want to leave any comments or have any questions or suggestions or want to be a part of the show, you can email us at questions@JnHPodcast.com. Questions@JnHPodcast.com. I sound like I'm over an intercom. Paging questions@JnHPodcast.com. Paging questions@JnHPodcast.com.
Yeah, send us your questions, send us your comments, or if you want to put them up on the page or whatever's easiest for you. We will be reviewing questions. We will be incorporating some of your feedback and thoughts and comments into our future podcast. We want to make this as interactive as we can. And we welcome, we welcome your feedback. So
yeah, the new structure is going to be amazing. So stay tuned for that.
All right. So going back to the performance.
All right. So the next person that came out was
Robin Thicke.
Robin Thicke. We already discussed. Robin Thicke can sing. He can really sing. Like live, he can really. You know, some people cannot sing.
How did he get invited to the barbecue though? When did Robin Thicke become? Part of the community? Because let me tell you something. What's that one? The one that took Britney Spears' virginity? Justin Timberlake attempted to it, but he couldn't mingle.
Oh nah, Justin Timberlake was that guy.
He couldn't. He was traveling on tours with people like
Justin Timberlake,
this too.
Because he was with Timberland, so he was with Missy and them too. So Justin Timberlake was good. What fucked him up was the Super Bowl with Janet Jackson. That's when people start saying, because obviously he used his privilege.
Yeah,
to
the colonizer. He colonized her nipple for a whole bunch of people.
Oh, the train almost slowed down. It almost slowed down.
What this
is not our stop.
He colonized her nipple. She was prepared as a strong black woman. She was prepared because all her life she had to fight.
Oh my God.
And she had her nipple shields in place. But he attempted to colonize her nipple on live TV.
So it's my titties.
And because he's a colonizer, he was able to get away with it. Meanwhile, she couldn't work for a good several years.
Time. She couldn't work.
And she's banned. I think they're both banned from the Super Bowl.
No, Justin Timberlake went back.
Oh, he went back?
Oh, he was invited.
I thought there was a ban on them.
No, Justin Timberlake was able to perform at the Super Bowl.
But she has never been asked back.
Nope. Because she's a black woman. Shout out to my beautiful black women.
Make sure you wear your nipple shields.
Yeah, and stay away from colonizer hands. Exactly. But listen, I
remember when they said it was a wardrobe malfunction. If you don't get the hell out of here, no, I would have believed the wardrobe malfunction better if she wasn't wearing nipple shields.
Exactly. There was a reason why you had.
And don't tell me, you just do this because you're performing. Like for example, when I perform. When I do my shows, I do wear a Speedo underneath. Mm-hmm. And on Broadway shows, you see the girls, they have like little boy shorts or Speedos, depending on what you're doing. And in the chest, they have a band that goes around that covers them. And it's usually skin color, so that skin tone, so that it blends in. And in case there's any issues or anything, and also because when you're backstage and you've seen the quick changes, you have, first of all, they always give you dressers that are your same sex, so you're not going to have male dressers ripping things on and off a female performer. It's always the same sex, same can I say gender or
I don't know, because what if they're non-binary? Can they touch?
Yeah, let's let's not stop at that stop on the train, okay? So we have.
It's a wild ass conductor.
I'm just saying, we're going express on this one. But so I could, if he would have ripped that, and I would have seen one, and they got names for this thing. The name escapes my mind right now. Covering, but for you to wear a nipple shield, that's just like different. You don't like
Lil Kim.
You don't wear that as just in case something.
I think they did it and they thought it would be cool, and it backfired. And then Justin Timberlake played the "I'm white, don't blame me, blame the black woman." That's what I think happened.
Did he ever come back out and say that it was planned?
No, but he came out and apologized last year.
After like 10 years?
Yes, he apologized for that and for not, because of Britney Spears thing. Like somebody did an interview because of Britney Spears finally got like freed from her father.
Right. Yeah. So that colonizer attempted to colonize
his old daughter, that bank account.
And the bank account,
so,
right.
He was like, he didn't know she was going through all that. And so he apologized for all of that and said that he could have used his position to actually,
help
and
her.
his privilege to help Janet Jackson too. But of
I
course,
hate that you say privilege. He
That's
did
what
not say
said.
privilege. He said
His
privilege?
words and not mine.
He said privilege?
Yes, that's what Justin Timberlake
See, I never really cared for him. I was
like
never,
Justin Timberlake.
For him to get up there and say, I could have used my privilege.
I could have used my privilege as a white man to, like, you know all this pandering bullshit they got going on for black people. These white people saying, I'm going to use my privilege to help you get ahead. And I don't believe in that bullshit. I've gotten ahead by my goddamn self. But, he thought he was doing the politically correct thing, the non-binary thing to do of today. Okay. But let's keep going.
Let's get back to our hip hop concert.
All right, so the next person that came out was Fabulous, Fabolous. He came out, he did his thing, and that's the one that you didn't like his outfit.
Fabulous looked like they picked him out of the Kmart. No, Kmart's are closed. He went to Walmart. Lil Kim pulled up. You know how the tour buses used to stop in the middle of nowhere to grab some liquor, I'm sure weed, and cigarillos and shit, and go back on the bus. I feel like Lil Kim was just driving by. She said she was like, okay, we need one more. Go to the Walmart. I think and he was just pushing the cart. He came on with jeans.
Yeah.
Just very projecting a sweater.
He came on looking like he was just dressed casual for the house.
He came on looking like he's had a tough time for a while. I'm not even being shady. I'm just like, I would think, and then my questions didn't come up. Nobody out of all the years that you dealt with people and make connections and all that, nobody can lend you a motherfucking outfit for you to go up here.
Fabulous has his own, but the thing is that Fabulous has always been independent. Like he's not like, he didn't have Rockefeller or G Unit or nothing like that, or Sony or Def Jam. Like, he's been signed like as a partnership type deal, but Fabulous always been an independent artist too for a long time.
Okay, so independently put together an image that people wanna feel like they got, they paid a proper fee for.
He was doing it. He had on like the chain and the sparkly glasses, like it was fucking 2006.
But he had a sweater that I have in my closet right now.
He had on
like a Champs.
Cardigan.
He had no. He had like a Champs sweater that you could buy at Modell's.
Yeah, but
I would have appreciated better a white tee and the same blue jeans as some Timbs. It speaks to the time that we're here to relive right now.
He did look like he just came back from meeting the principal of his children's school.
Yeah. It looked different.
He did look like that.
It stuck out.
He looked casual for a rap. Basically, he was dressed casual for a rap concert. And I don't know. And the crazy thing is that I like Fabulous, but I realized that I like a lot of his mixtapes more than his other songs because I didn't know a lot of the songs.
I did not know. Fabulous didn't give me one song that I was like, I didn't hear. I didn't get anything from Fabulous. Doesn't he have some like? No, that was Master P. No. Let me say,
oh my God, all black people don't look like that.
I was like, what about the one with the basketballs? And let me say,
that's what.
Remember when they went on MTV and all these people playing basketball?
That's Master P. No limit. It's not Fabulous. Jesus.
I was like, where was the no?
You are confusing every artist.
I was like, where's the no?
No. So the Fabulous brought out Neo. Now, let's talk about Neo. I think that Neo. First of all, he's taller than I thought he was.
Yes, I didn't know he was that fucking tall. Neo is tall.
He can really sing.
He can.
He sounds exactly like himself.
Yes, that's a strong voice, and Neo is getting up there in age. It's a strong voice. He's a performer. He's able to deliver. Unfortunately, he gives me, and I hate to make the comparison, I'm not going to mention his name. Please don't. And if you do, bleep him. He's currently incarcerated in jail and will rot in jail for playing with the underage on tape and all that, and he was connected to Aaliyah at some point. He gives you an updated version of him, unfortunately. Yeah. But if you really think about it, you can get a whole bunch of other folks that give you that because he really did create the mold at that time.
Hold up. Neo is different. Neo writes for everybody. Like that too. So Neo was under like writing for Beyonce, writing for all these people before he even became an artist. So Neo, but he really did his thing, and I liked his performance. He was dressed nice. He had on Didn't he have on silk too?
He had silk too, yeah.
Yeah, but he looked classy.
His silk was red.
Yeah.
He looked like the devil on stage.
I'm here for your soul.
That's what it gave. It gave devil on stage.
And then he brought Fabulous out to do "You Make Me Better" or vice versa or whatever.
Yeah.
So Neo actually had a great set.
Yeah, he had a good set.
And then after Neo,
but he only performed for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, Neo.
Like the biggest number was the opening.
Yeah.
And of course, DJ Cassidy sets were long too, but I think the longest set was Lil Kim's Team and the whole night. That was the longest. That was like 15, 18 minutes. Everybody else performed for like under 10.
I think with the next group, because the next person after Neo was Ja Rule and Ashanti, right?
Oh yeah, they did a long set too.
They did the longest set, and they were the closer. And the crazy part is, I was still like, damn, I wish Kim was the one that closed it.
Yeah, I was underwhelmed by. I mean, Ja Rule was great.
Ashanti looked nice.
Ashanti,
you stay.
Ashanti. Let me tell you something. Ashanti brought in 2 hookers in the back.
Doing a 2-step.
Yeah, and 2 hookers. They were leathered up. They thought they were former Beyonce dancers because they had the black bikini, the black one piece. They were wearing the black one piece and hooker boots.
Okay.
And these girls, every time Ashanti came back out, the girls would run back out and throw themselves on the floor and the whole nine and do the moves. I was just like,
it was doing too much.
It was doing too much. Ashanti had all white.
She looked good.
Leather.
Though. I think she looked good.
Here's my problem with Ashanti. My problem with Ashanti has always been, she's not like
No, she's like her.
She's
voice,
a whisperer.
She has the whisper. Janet Jackson whisper. Aaliyah whisper. You gotta get us ding. Don't get us ding. No, it was. She has the whisper voice. She made us hit all her high notes.
And my biggest issue was that I don't know if she showed up to the last rehearsal or not, but very often her mic was away from her mouth, yet her vocals were still going.
Yeah.
She literally was just what I like to call hyping your own song.
Yeah.
When you come back in there, yeah.
And she hit a couple. But I heard her sing a little bit. So Ashanti can sing, but she can't sing.
Well, let me say this. I've seen Ashanti, I grew up listening to the music and the whole nine, but Ashanti actually played Dorothy in one revival of The Wiz on Broadway at City Center, which is it's a very legit theater, and it had really big names. They did a limited engagement for like 2 months, 1 year. Her acting skills were not that great, but vocally she hit the songs. Was she Diana Ross in The Wiz? No. Was she Shanice in The Wiz Live on NBC? No. None of that. She gave us Ashanti on a Broadway musical, surrounded by a lot of strong Broadway performers, which also boosts everything up.
It makes her sound better.
Exactly.
But I don't think Ashanti's, like I said, she's not a singer, but she can sing. But she couldn't hit her own high notes. It was her and 112. 112 couldn't sing for shit. Ashanti can sing. She can't hit
Maybe she had a bad night.
Neo, he hit every note perfectly. Neo is a perfectionist. I give him a 10 out of a 10. But Ashanti, Ja Rule sounds exactly the way he sounds. It was crazy because he literally sounds the way he sounds.
Yeah.
Like on TV, he sounds the same as on the radio. His voice is strong and just there. He was his own. Baby. I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed Ja Rule, but we dipped out right before the last song, so we didn't have to get stuck in like 17,000 people. So.
Yeah. Because even though we came into the VIP, at exit time, all exits is an exit.
Yeah, and everybody's scrambling. All in all, what do you think about the show?
All in all,
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All in all, I am so happy and glad and excited that we did it. I was feeling like hell today. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And once we finish recording this podcast, I have to get into the kitchen and cook my husband a meal.
Ooh.
But I thought it was a really nice thing for us to do together. It's our first concert together. I enjoyed watching you be hood and ghetto.
I was going in
a venue that was designed to be classy and not trashy.
But no, people were
crazy in the booths.
They was like,
And nobody felt, and even though it's like, you know, you got the luxury name on it and it's a different experience when you're in the suites, the people did not make it stuffy. Yeah. People were friendly. People were laughing, talking, with each other. The weed smoke was everywhere.
Oh my God, that was strong.
I got high. I got high.
I was like, yo, they really sparking up in the arena.
Oh my God. It was like,
you can't
I felt the whole breeze from the other box. It wasn't the girls next to us.
No, it was the box next to us on the right side.
Yeah, the left. Because I was getting it from the left too.
Yeah.
So you were getting it from the right?
I was getting it from the right.
We were in the middle.
We were just getting vacuum sealed like.
Some people were fucked up, passed out on the couch.
Oh, listen, the chick that fell asleep in her own hands. And Wonky was like, "Are they gonna make sure she's not dead?"
I'm just saying, there's no way this girl could be passed out cold with the sound that's going around and the energy and people screaming, and you can sleep through all of
that. Yeah, she had to be on. She was rolling. She was on some heavy.
I was like, let's just get out of here because I am not gonna be caught on camera next to this corpse. I'm not.
What about the chick who was dancing and her titty came out?
The titties. Oh my gosh, she was giving us that Kaya moment with the titty out.
Oh my God, droopy ass.
Listen, a lot of the older mamas came out.
Oh wait,
we about
to go in. What about the jail couple, the Spanish dude?
Oh yes,
that looked like he just got out of prison.
He just got out of prison. And did you see him with the brown juice in his hand? He got a whole bottle of cognac delivered to the thing. Baby, there's certain people, let me tell you, there's certain couples that you see them put together and you're like, oh, this is a beautiful couple. They look well together, like you and I. And y'all can call me whatever. Motherfucking hands down. My husband and I look excellent put together.
We do.
Excellent.
We do.
I mean, aside from the fact that he looks like my own private security. detail. Literally, like he looks like my motherfucking bodyguard. I absolutely love it. We look great together. There's certain people that you could just tell
that they're only together
this is an arrangement. This is an arrangement. This girl was not attractive
at all.
She was not well put together. She did not put clothes.
She had a shirt for each role.
So
there were individual roles. Like they were all. It was like imagine a super fat person wearing what's that tight pleather or just saran wrap.
Saran wrap.
That's what her clothes look like. Saran wrap into every role.
And here's the thing. I've seen big girls that can really put themselves together. They dress it up. They know how to accessorize. They'll get their hair. Their heels are on point, and so they know how to compensate for the other areas that they may not feel confident in or whatever. Yeah. You could tell this guy is using her, and I feel so bad.
But do you see him?
And he gave her one kiss after he got drunk of that brown
juice. And they were
juice.
dancing, but he looked like he just came from
jail, from Rikers.
This was like her gift.
Her gift, yeah.
Because he's sagging his pants. This is an older ass
man.
How you still sagging?
I could see he wasn't showing skin, but you can see the sagging and the crack
with no belt.
Of the line. He had no belt, and then he put them up at one time, but eventually they would slide all the way down. Yeah, you could tell that the clothes he's wearing, he didn't buy them himself.
Yeah.
Like she tried to put him together.
He just got out and she just bought him an outfit. Yeah. And she said, "Oh, I'm gonna take you to a concert on your first week home." Yeah, that's what that looked like.
Girls, y'all gotta do better.
But listen, the fishnet chick, I think she looked it looked crazy because she was like somebody's grandmother, but I still think she wore that shit. Like she wore that outfit, and I wouldn't be like, I know her man wasn't embarrassed to be with her because she looked like she smelled good because I smelled her perfume, and she dressed like all her body was hidden, but she was wearing revealing clothes, so it was like you could see me but you can't. And
let me tell you something. There comes a time, and I've always been older mentally. I'm not comparing myself to the lady because obviously she was much older. She's like a granny in the whole nine. But there comes a time in your life where if your body's not put together, if you're not doing it, if you're not, there should be a time in my life. You've seen pictures. Maybe we'll pop a picture up there where I used to have a personal trainer. I was eating vegan. And when I would travel to the islands and stuff like that, I would wear very revealing things. Yes, I've wore G-strings. Yes, I will always wear Speedos. I will always have like really expensive designer things that are open in the back. And always the people who work at the resorts were always asking me, where did I buy it? Where do I, and you saw that. I think you saw that with me one year. They're like, what did you get? But you and I have traveled ever since my body has, taking a toll from a pandemic and shit. But it's not where it used to be.
I get what you're saying.
You don't see me wearing with the stuff that you see me in pictures before. And I will get there.
Yeah.
There comes a time where you have to know, okay, this is not appropriate.
Oh, 100%.
Because
it was like you really looked in the mirror when you left and thought that this outfit was okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I was like, I can look at an outfit that in my head, or when I was putting it together, this is a fly ass outfit, and then I put it on. I say, for another person, that shit's not for me. Like,
right.
Even if you were in shape, some clothes are just some looks are just not for you.
Right.
Even no matter what you look like. And
I think there's a difference between having confidence and being, strong-minded and the whole nine, and you just being delusional and not, appropriate.
Yeah.
And not caring about whether or not you're gonna be embarrassing or not. What about the people you're with? What about just the stares of it all?
What about the fact that we are gonna probably be like in front of cameras and stuff like that?
That too.
And you look like a hot fucking mess.
That too.
And your belly's out and your nipples is showing, or your ass is out, but you have a lot of cellulitis going on.
Right.
You have to be.
Here's the thing: it's never the people who look amazing in those type of outfits. You know what I'm saying? Like, how come we don't run into people where you're like, you did that?
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's always the people that don't need to be wearing them fishnets that are wearing the fucking... Baby, fishnets at a hip-hop concert. Am I missing something? I'm trying to think the Lil Kim video. No matter what people say. She had fishnets there. Right, with boots, right?
Yeah, I think so.
For one scene.
Moulin Rouge, I think she had...
But that was because it go with the look of the...
So I think that she was there for Lil Kim, though. I know she wasn't there for nobody else, but it's still, I think that she was like, fuck this. This is my night to go out and feel like I used to feel 20 years ago.
And I guess that's fine.
The fishnets, I'm fine with. The chick that was upstairs that looked like a fat disco ball, absolutely not. No. The other chick that had her titty out, no. The other fat chick that looked like they painted her clothes on, each row was accentuated. Did I say that?
And it was like, she had like a muumuu, and it was watercolor. It was like tie-dye. Right? If I'm remembering it right, it was like tie-dye.
Hillbilly.
It was like tie-dye.
She was like a black hillbilly.
But she was black. I was going to say, hillbilly, but she's black. Yeah,
a black hillbilly. But no. It was all in all, babe, I enjoyed it.
Thank you for coming. We had a great time. This is the first of many. Now that we have experienced the sweet life together, I'm already looking for the next concert that we're gonna go. We don't mention it yet. I'm working on it. So okay, and then in conclusion, overall top billing. Who got top billing on that bill? I would think Cassidy got the top billing because it was his production.
He got paid for
right. But in terms of the performers,
who do I think got it and who do I think should have got it?
Who got the top billing?
Ja Rule and Ashanti.
Really?
They were the closers, so they were the headliners.
So it goes that way. The closers are the top billing.
Usually,
and I don't think it should be. I don't think it would be like that.
But I think that hands down.
You don't think that opener got the top billing?
It should have. I think that Lil Kim and them should have got the most money because they had the crowd hype. When they came out, the stadium went fucking crazy. The rumbling.
They literally set it up for everybody else, and then they dropped the ball.
Except Neo had good crowd control.
Right.
Because he had everybody when they lit up. Remember when they lit up with the
phones,
the phones and everything.
Yeah.
And we looking at them like, yo, this is crazy. Great crowd control, but
Robin Thicke jumping into the crowd. It will be the white man to jump into
He didn't do a good job.
Why would you do that? Like why? And nobody else did that.
112 didn't do a good job either. The songs did it for him, but they didn't do a good job. Performing wise, Lil Kim, the Locks, Lil Cease, hands down did the best.
So if we're putting Lil Kim at $25,000,
no, I have to go because in order for the Locks to come, she had to get paid more than that.
Right. Yeah. So that's what I was gonna say.
So I would say if it was like 17,000 people. She probably got like 100,000.
I think she got 100,000 for that.
She got
and I will put in like a Robin Thicke. I will put at 25 or 30.
Yeah, I will put him low. Neo definitely probably got like 100 or less, a little bit less. Fabulous. I would put Fabulous at 50.
Yeah.
I would put Ja Rule. I would put Ja Rule probably at like 150.
100. Him and Ashanti.
Yeah, because it's both of them. But I didn't like their performance. And it was their performance was really weak. But I will say this: Ja Rule, he still looks the same.
Well, black don't crack, honey.
His tattoos.
Everybody looked the same.
But his tattoos look like he just got them done. He was muscular. He was the same Ja Rule that I remember from Holla.
Easy now, muscular. Easy now. Because if we want to look at tattoos, where's NBL? Not NBL Nick. What's the one with the tattoos?
You talking about that little 19-year-old, 20-year-old?
He is 23.
How do you know how old he is?
Nah, I'm only kidding. I don't
know how old he is.
But if you want to talk about tattoos, his tattoos are staying on.
You talking about, what the fuck is his name?
NL Chopper or something like that?
Chopper, yeah, your boyfriend.
He's not, oh please, baby, don't play with me like that. That's a child, don't play with me. What was I gonna say? But yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
Black don't crack.
Overall, Ja Rule looked good. He still performed the same way that I used to seeing him on TV perform. And the TV that was on the left side of the stage, I wanted for the living room. Because that shit was
Ladies
amazing.
and are you guys hearing this? He wants a TV.
I was looking at the TV. I was like, babe, I want that TV. That was
in a motherfucking stadium.
That was the most. It was crisp.
It's supposed to. They're trying to project it to like 30,000 people.
17,000.
Oh, is that how much it holds?
I think so.
That's what I don't know how much the space holds.
All I know is that I want that TV.
Okay, great. Okay, baby. In conclusion,
PS5 will look nice.
So, okay, baby, got it. In conclusion, I got it. You're doing Christmas shopping already? Christmas in July? Okay, in conclusion, honey. All right, so okay, top billing. They did a good job. I'm just surprised how fast it popped up or whatever. If you ever hear something like this again, just let me know.
Yeah.
Because, I'm not tuned into radio. I don't listen to radio as much as you do. I don't listen to radio at all, actually. But, and how we came about this is just so random, but that's another story for another day. Thank you for joining me on our podcast.
Look at this. He can't even. He don't even know how to close out the podcast right now.
I don't know how to.
He's still tipsy. So listen. Thank you guys for joining us today with this little conversation that we had about our amazing time.
We've been conversating, which is not a word.
We've been conversing about the Pass the Mic show. If you guys have any comments or anything, leave it below. Let us know. Talk to us.
Yeah, and we'll catch you at the next podcast. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit up the thumbs, all of that good stuff so that, the powers that be at the podcasting world continue to promote us. And with that said, Hulk, take us out.
Yes, we can be found on all major streaming platforms. Anywhere you get your podcast, you can find us.
Or you can stream us at www.JnHPodcast.com. There you will find a player and you can stream us right off our website.
Hey.